So everyone here is familiar with Super Mario Brothers, right? So in the game, what do Mario and Luigi take in order to get bigger and stronger? Mushrooms, right, exactly. So one could think that that was chosen at random, right? Like mushrooms. But mushrooms have actually been used in Chinese medicine for thousands of years to treat illnesses and diseases. So being educated in Western medicine, it's easy for us to be skeptical about such claims. But if I can remind you that one of the greatest medical discoveries to grace us was the discovery of penicillin, which derives from a fungus. So today I would like to introduce you to 3 mushrooms and their health benefits that they possess, as well as some of the studies being done to validate their properties. And at the end of my speech, I hope it opens your mind to the use of mushrooms as medicine. All right, so the first mushroom I'd like to introduce to you is lion's mane. So lion's mane is quite unique because it doesn't have like the cap and the stem that you're used to when you think about a mushroom. It grows on the side of trees and it kind of looks like a pom-pom. So lion's manes are cool because they're considered nootropics, meaning that they support cognitive functions, specifically that they stimulate the production of nerve growth factor as well as brain-derived neurotropic factor. These factors are important in the growth and repair of neurons. And that's why they're being used to treat a variety of disorders such as dementia, as well as strokes, depression, and anxiety. According to Roberts, one study in Japan showed that elderly participants with known cognitive impairments that received daily doses of lion's mane mushrooms significantly improved their cognitive functions rather than those individuals that received the placebo. And the results actually lasted for like 3 weeks after they stopped receiving the supplements. Another interesting study was on those of mice that had ischemic brain damage after strokes, and they gave these mice lion's mane extracts and found that it reduced the size of the cerebral infarcts as little as like 1 day after the inclusion. Okay, so another mushroom you should be aware of is cordyceps. They're also quite unique because they are parasitic in nature, meaning that they require a host that they have to infect in order to grow, usually insects. They are also known as adaptogens, meaning that they contribute to all overall well-being and health. Chinese medicine has used them to treat fatigue, cancer, as well as their anti-aging effects. Studies actually found that cordyceps stimulate ATP production, which is what our bodies use as energy. They also found that cordyceps may improve the way that your body utilizes oxygen. So like one way that they measure that is through VO2 max. And the Chinese Journal of Integrative Medicine published a study where a group of elderly individuals were given 3 grams of cordyceps daily, and they found that after 6 weeks of use that their VO2 max had increased by 7%. They also repeated the study in younger individuals to see if that worked as well. And it showed that it increased their oxygen intake in the way that they use it as much as 11%. Cordyceps are also a good source of antioxidants. Antioxidants are molecules that fight cell damage against free radicals and improve immunity. That's why they're given to improve aging as well as assist in cancer treatments. There was a study that they did on mice that had developed leukopenia after receiving radiation treatments. And leukopenia is where your white blood cell count drops to drastic low levels and puts you at more at risk for infections. So they gave these mice daily doses of cordyceps, and it completely reversed their leukopenia as well as returned their white blood cell count up to normal. All right, so lastly, another mushroom you should know about is turkey tails. They grow on decaying trees and tree stumps. You can actually find them here in North America. They're given that name because they resemble the tails of turkeys. Chinese medicine has used it to treat respiratory diseases as well as cancer-fighting abilities. Research shows that turkey tails are anti-inflammatories and have immune-boosting properties. That's why they're being used in cancer treatments in humans and in dogs. There's actually a study done on dogs that were diagnosed with hemangiosarcoma, which is an aggressive and malignant tumor that develops in the cells of where their blood vessels are. So they gave these dogs turkey tails in addition to daily cancer treatment, and they found that the dogs that received turkey tail mushrooms lived an average of 113 days longer than the dogs that did not. They also did a study in humans that were diagnosed with breast, gastric, or colorectal cancer, and they were treated with turkey tail in addition to chemotherapy. And they experienced a 9% reduction in 5-year mortality as compared to the patients that received chemotherapy alone. So now that you've heard all about these mushrooms, I like to leave you with this. It was like there's still much research and testing needed to be done about these mushrooms, but some of these might lead to the next big medical discovery. I was like, lion's mane may be the answer that could help treat dementia in Alzheimer's patients. Cordyceps can increase our longevity and exercise performance, and then turkey tails may improve the survival rates of our cancer patients and loved ones. So I hope today opens your mind to think as mushrooms is more than just your least favorite vegetable, and instead is a powerful medicine that our bodies need.